to get a true reading. I am very happy. In other words, the roof isn't even totally completed, and this roof leaks less than my studio in Antioch. But real happy about, hey, there's a squirrel walking by and he's got something in his mouth. I believe it was a mushroom. Sorry. Real happy about the no leaks. That's so cool. Getting there. If it clears up, might be able to get some more shingles up. Then if it's good tomorrow, might be able to get some more. Maybe Thursday I could actually have the top done. Again, I want to thank Dustin and Jenny and Kevin for helping me do stuff, food, place to shower, big things up here. This is the last couple of rows. Safety system. Got four rows to go. Then I'm going to come back in a week or so and do the ridge top, but that'll be covered up anyway. It's already rained, severe 1-inch rain. I got no water inside. Now I know why most roofs are a 5-pitch or a 6-pitch, not an 8 or 9. This is side 2 of the cabin, and it's done, except for the ridge. I'm going to come back and put a neat little cap on it in a couple of weeks. Right, I'm back. It stopped raining. We had some of the biggest rains ever since I've been coming up here for 12 years. Apparently, in the 9 days I was gone, that much water in the bucket. Roof did not leak. Really happy. But the roof isn't done. I still have to put the little ridge coverings over the top. There's a shingled both sides. Now this has to go right on the top on the ridge all the way along. So I've got to make 74 of these out of these, and then go back up with my ropes and put those in. You have to overlap them almost to, the 1 foot becomes just 4 inches of exposure, so you're going over and over and over and over. And then I'm going to tar them, and I'm going to tar the edge of every shingle that's exposed to the windward sides, so that'll help stick them to the roof in the big high winds up here. All right, looking forward to it, except cutting the shingle part. Okay, Gail, if you're watching this, avert your eyes. That's my shadow. I am standing on top of the roof on the ridge. I have taken the extra step today to flip up the corner of each and every one of the little ridge shingles and tar it. And I'm going to do that all the way across the roof to the other end. This is our view from the top of the roof. It's pretty amazing, and I just am really glad I'm able to get this done. And I didn't have to put the tar on either side, but I remember that's what they used to do, so I'm doing it. And once again, that's the view. Those are the neighbors. My instincts were correct. From what I remembered from being a kid, I followed the scattering of new freshly cut limbs along the shoreline and wound up at this new housing development. This beaver lodge was never here before. He's about a quarter mile from my cabin, the Barbarian Shelter. So I've been hearing him building, and he's been hearing me. So this is him. It's going to be a big development. Probably about 15 feet long already and about 8 feet wide. He's got a lot of building material right in front of us, still in the water waiting to be pulled up, and he's got it all along the shoreline back to the point. This is the back side of that lodge. It's a little longer than I thought. These are the beginning of the sticks that he's bringing up, and then that's the length of it going out into the water. I'm definitely on his trail, and this guy has been working diligently. You can see where he's chewed through every one of these trees. There were so many across the trail up there I stopped going forward, but you can imagine during the fur trade just 100 or 200 years back how important it was to the US and to Canada. This is the equipment I'm going to be using, plus I've got a winch. I'm going to have to dig into the water here, remove boulders and sand, so I can move that old pontoon in and out of the water, get it on high ground by pulling it out with a winch. So this is officially Harry's Harbor in Ontario. Harry? You don't have a lot of neighbors by your harbor, but maybe someday you'll see it if you come up in a seaplane. So, happy birthday, and you're officially declared in honor of Harold David Downs, born in 1948. This will be forever known on my maps as Harry's Harbor. This is the last of the trees that are coming out of here. Come on. Okay, we're making good progress on Harry's Harbor. I don't want to give you the illusion that this is all taking place in a day. I started working on this little harbor project 4 years ago. Little by little, I've carved out a channel here along this rock wall, which is a natural break, which is very cool. So I've noticed that none of it's getting filled back in. That's what you want. Unfortunately, now I have to remove all this stone. I've gotten about 15 trees out of there, big and small, moved them down about 50, 60 feet down and put them in the forest behind a huge log to keep them from floating back. So things are moving pretty good here at Harry's Harbor. Okay, this is what I've been up to. This used to just be an inch or two where I'm standing. I've removed all the stones, put them on either side, so the pontoons, when they come up, can come in. I'm taking steel rods and driven them first into the bank with a sledgehammer. I think you can see this one here. And then take steel wire, loop it over it, and then I'll bury them with the boulders. So this can't float up when the water gets high. It'll always be sitting where it is, and the boat will be tied off to the sides. I'll do the same thing with the one up there. So I'll be riding the pontoon from back here up onto that and then up onto shore, and it'll be anchored to the front. That's how I'll pull it out. This is officially a harbor, Harry's Harbor, equipped with a small slip next to where the pontoon's parked. Hunter. I'm going to crash into the rocks here in a minute. Okay, so it's fully functional. Pulled our first boat out into the forest. It's got a winch up on logs. That's a wrap. Harry's Harbor is officially open for. I'm going to. I don't know if you can see me because it's sometimes hard to get shots from there, but I'm on a jack pine. Sorry, I'm on a jack pine. That's over 24 inches, maybe 27 inches in diameter. I'm going to leave this today. I'm going to come back and I'm going to try to go back there, cut it off, and then cut it so I can get a slab about 7 feet long and about that thick and about that wide, maybe 2 of them, and I'm going to make a table for the cabin. That's my goal. That way you're not wasting a beautiful tree like that. It just bugs me. All right, this is top speed. Any faster and a whining little screaming noise comes out of the motor, coupled with a little knocking, like metal on metal. So I don't want to screw up Dustin's motor. So I am going to keep it at a idle. Unfortunately, I have to cross the entire lake. I left early. I've been going now for about half an hour. I figure I got about another hour to go. So as long as it goes this fast without blowing up, I'll be happy. It's September 19th, I think. This is my last day. It was 33 degrees this morning. I think it's warmer than that now. I think it's about 38. So this is the cabin. The roof is on. The eaves are cemented. Power lines are cemented in. Everything's closed up for till next year. I put some screen where I still have the openings on either side of the roof. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet. So I screened them off just to keep snow from blowing in and birds and bats and stuff from flying in. So she's all done outside wise. Now I've got to get things like doors, windows, that stuff, a real floor. I had a little engine problem coming over 2 days ago. Hit a rock at full speed. Thank God full speed's only 16 miles an hour, but when you hit a boulder under the water that flies your motor up in the air, the impact it broke the gears in the lower casing. So we got that fixed. I'm using another motor that I got from Dustin, and I hope it gets me back because I don't want to be, I'm as far away as I could possibly be. I'm at one end of the couple of lakes, and he's at the lodge is at the other end. So it's going to be a cold ride on the water. But I got another jacket. I'm bibbed up, double dusted. So should be good. Till next year. This is a little point. It's called Gales Point. And it juts out and faces north. If you look really carefully, you can see part of the roof line of the cabin in the trees. And that's only because I'm telling you where it's at. I made the colors pretty much blend in with the forest. The natural forest green on the roof, and the pine blends in pretty well.